All right, guys. We've got GUMIHO in the top right side here. It's the Kung Fu Cup not week 8, but the Kung Fu Cup SummerSlam 8 weekly finals. We've got the barracks and the factory there. It's a gateway and a cybercore down here for Showtime. Showtime representing Big Esports. GUMIHO, of course, playing for Cloud9. And these guys coming fresh off of that Home Story Cup epic finals to clash again. That was one of the most entertaining matchups I've cast this year. Showtime kind of just outmatched GUMIHO in the mid to late game battles, but he couldn't quite deal with like the ranged libs and the lib harass especially. GUMIHO just had some really clutch kind of hanging in there and getting back in those games despite being in trouble a fair few times. Reaper's dancing around. Stalker hitting the Reaper. Reaper's going to pull back. All right, where's that starport? Should be coming down in a moment. Was a delayed command center this game, of course, for the... actually, was this delayed command center? This was a double gas opening, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. So there we go. We've got a Widow Mine into a starport coming down. Extra Widow Mines being built now. He's going to go for the Widow Mine ambush on the Watchtower. Not a bad move to start things off for GUMIHO. Now, GUMIHO comes in as one of those players who is so creative, so out there, always playing mech and mixing in weird stuff versus Protoss, just doing crazy stuff. I feel like GUMIHO is a more normal player these days, just with some very unique little peculiar twists on his play. He's really kind of like standardized his play, and it's really the devilry's in the details. The uniqueness is in the details. It's not so much GUMIHO is just going to play crazy every game, but he will have just slightly different timing attacks. A little bit different here or there. He keeps it hard for people to handle what's going on. All right, medevac there. Marines being built as well. Got a factory building a tech lab as well. Depot comes up on the natural. Second gate and a robo building. Twilight Council coming down. Third gateway. We go on fourth gateway as well. Showtime has been mixing in some 4-gate blink recently. When he does it, though, it's more often than not with a third nexus as he's pressuring. It's like a much more passive version of the 4-gate blink. It's more of like a, hey, I think you might be going for a big attack. If you do that, I'm ready for it. Oh, speaking of which, guys, GUMIHO is doing the classic. It is going to be 2 Widow Mine drop. The trick is to not lose this drop, just to pin Stalkers at home. He's then going to siege a Liberator in the main base, and he's going to hit the front with Marine Tank at the same time. So he's going to move out. Probably when the second siege tank pushes out, he could move out with just 1 tank and rally the rest. You got to be careful not to lose the mine drop. If you lose the mine drop, even if you kill 4 or 5 probes, it's not worth it, because you need this to stress your opponent's multitasking and keep his Stalkers at home. So you can see he gets 2 probes, nothing to write home about. It's okay. The more important thing, the medevac's still healthy, so this keeps Showtime distracted. Now, we've got another tech lab coming up at home. It's going to be Banshees potentially or Ravens behind that. Second tank and more Marines building. The extra barracks will go down behind this. Showtime moves forward, and he will lose a Stalker there, but gets rid of the Widow Mine, clears up that, and you really want to pick off these units as they come across the map, but it can be very awkward around this Watchtower area in the middle especially. Oh, I like the siege up. And look at this. The Stalkers are going to stumble into the units, take a big tank shot, quick reaction by Showtime. Medevac comes in here. Where's the Liberator, guys? Oh, big mistake for GUMIHO. Oh, and you know what? Even bigger mistake. He sends it in from the same angle the Liberator's coming from. The Liberator absolutely should have been coming in from this angle, and he should have been pushing both at the same time as these Stalkers were dealing with the Tank Marine. I think GUMIHO being maybe a little bit too careful here. Showtime is known for being very good on his defense, but I think we should be stressing him out a little bit more. There we go. Liberator finally coming in from that left side. I love the pylons on the edge, so Showtime does have more time to respond, but he is busy right now in the middle of this map, picking off Marines and tanks. Probes starting to fall to those libs. He does pull the probes away, but 4 probes have already gone down. Stalker does die as well. Shield battery is not up on the front just yet. Another tank goes down. Force field. Oh, the tanks aren't quite in range. Get that Immortal out of there. Okay, Immortal takes a few hits. Liberator rotates to the main base. Nice move there. Showtime can potentially warp in there. I don't know if the pylon doesn't have range, actually. Stalkers blink down. That's 3 probes do fall on top of the 4 that it killed before. Got to save the tank, the base. You cannot lose this Nexus. Oh, Stalker's taking big shots. Blinks back some weak ones, but he can't save it. If the base goes down, Showtime is probably done for in this game. And it goes down. Battery overcharge comes in just as the Nexus finishes, but he doesn't have time to heal it. And the Stalkers have to back away. Showtime will tap out because he knows behind it there was a 4th and 5th barracks building. There was a third command center coming up. That is a brutal game one, clean, clinical game for GUMIHO. All right, guys, going to the next game, we've got GUMIHO in the top left side of the map going for Barracks Gas. Down in the bottom right side, we've got Gateway Gas. It's Showtime. Down a game there. Now, that's funny because I feel like GUMIHO did that exact same build to Showtime multiple times in their finals at Home Story Cup. It's been a while since I cast that. Maybe some of you guys watched it more recently and you can remember. But I feel like he did that same build like twice and Showtime held it pretty well. So Showtime's probably going to be like, damn it. It's the build I was shutting down last time we played, man. This time you got me. I find it's one of the hardest builds to stop with a Blink opening because you need to manage dealing with the Widowmine drop and the Liberator at the same time as dealing with the Marine tank. I actually feel like GUMIHO made it easier for Showtime than he would have if he just attacked with the Liberator at the same time as the Mine drop. And I often think going in with the very first Mine drop is almost not worth it. I actually think it's better to just sit it there, don't even risk it, and just wait for the Liberator to go in. Because I always think if you do both at once, 2 Widow Mines, and dealing with the Lib, and dealing with Marine Tank coming across the map, it's just an impossible problem for any non-Max Packs Protoss player to micro correctly. No scout for Showtime. I love that Showtime has been mixing this in. I used to think Showtime is like a gate scout every game guy. Just same thing every game, always gate scout. But I think getting the extra resources from just having one more probe at home mining, super worth it. I mean, Terran don't scout most of the time. They're not proxying as much at the moment. When they do, they're very rarely one base all inning. Like there's not much double proxy Marauder at the pro level. Not a lot of 1-1-1 all in or anything like that. No proxy second factory or something crazy like that. Barely gets out. Barely gets out. So we've got 2 Reapers coming out. This is a pretty big commitment. If you go for the 3 Reaper, 2 Hellion out of the reactor. I mean, I do prefer it this way where you go for the reactor. I think if you build all 3 Reapers one at a time, then make the reactor, it's just so much less efficient. Getting the reactor out first still times it out with the second Hellion. Usually you hit about 330 with these 3 Reapers and 2 Hellions. And the answer to this is Protoss, as long as you build 3 Gateway units nonstop, you should have 3 Gateway units ready at 3 minutes 30. Now, he started this Stalker late. Here's a gap in his production and no safety shield battery. Showtime's playing so greedy right now, but this allows him to get a very quick Robo second gate up. And the Reaper Hellion's not moving out. Guys, where's that second Hellion? He's waiting for a 3rd Hellion? And 2 more Reapers? Oh my gosh. 5 Reapers and 3 Hellions. Guys, if Showtime walls his base off with a Gateway, GUMIHO literally will cry himself to sleep tonight. This is such a big commitment. He needs to get damage. And Warp Gate's going to be done. I mean, if you just warp in 2 more Stalkers, you're fine. Battery's coming down. It's going to finish during this attack. I don't like this at all. I think this is really bad for GUMIHO. Who knows, mate? Because he can't jump up the ledge. That's the problem. If you can split the attention by jumping the Reapers up the ledge, it's different. I mean, he might just bounce the units and kill a ton of probes. We'll see how it goes. Stalker's in position. He's going to have to bounce him. Oh, he's just going to focus fire. He doesn't even use the grenade. He's like, why would I use the grenade? That's for losers and tryhards. Oh, the battery comes in at the last second. Probes pull back. Sorry, guys. Accidental click there on that. Oh, and he blinks forward and gets a Reaper. So he loses a Stalker for 2 Aliens and a Reaper. That is what I would refer to as a shutdown, guys. 3 Gate Blink is up. Probe will move out to take a 3rd base in the near future. Prism's on the way. Showtime all over this early game. And Banshee speed. Ladies and gentlemen, I think GUMIHO heard my words through time and space, saying that he's more of a normal player with a few small optimizations. I said that in game 1 at the start. He immediately opens up game 2 with speed Banshees, and I'm like, you guys don't understand how crazy this is in this matchup. If you go speed Banshee against Terran, it's pretty wild. Against Zerg, if you're playing like Cyclone, Hellion, Banshee kind of mech, actually quite a good build. Against Protoss, this is the meme of all memes. This is it. You ain't going to be ready for this, son. Problem is, first attack didn't go well, so it's starting from a position of weakness. Showtime has got a big forward pressure coming. The Reapers and the Hellions don't do much damage here. The tanks, well placed, but those Stalkers are going to get forwards. And get out of there, GUMIHO. Runs forward. Crazy choice. Oh, I don't mind the grenades. The grenades were fun. I don't know if those grenades were that effective. I know they were very fun, though. There's something about watching the Stalkers bounce around like that. It feels like there's bubble wrap underneath them getting popped or something, and each time it pops, it's like throwing them in the air. SCV on the depot does get picked off. Showtime doing a very... This is very much a Showtime blink pressure. Anyone else would have dived behind the mineral line and killed 10 workers and lost all their Stalkers at the same time. He's just playing chill. Speed Banshee's going to fly in the main. No battery. No battery's a problem. I think an Adept just shaded in. Stalker's going to blink on the tank. Does take it out. Oh, he's going to get the Raven as well. Nice moves for Showtime. Good pickups as well. And the Prism's saving almost all the Stalkers. He managed to only lose 2 Stalkers this game. Remember, one of those was to the initial Reaper Hellion. Amazing pickoffs as the Banshee floats in. And it's going to get 1. Oh, God. Get out. Oh, he's not using Blink to kill it. Oh, gosh. Oh, man. Just leave. Just leave. Just leave. So now he's got Cloak as well, man. He's got 3 Banshees out there. Problem is... Yeah, I mean, I guess he's got a 3rd command center. He's going to go 2 more barracks. So he's playing Bio behind this. Banshees are one of the most annoying units. If you don't have Phoenix Oracle, which is the best way of dealing with it, that's a problem. Whoa, he just F2 home. He just F2'd home. 100% GUMIHO just F2'd. He's like, oh, Lord. Especially with the Zealot Warp, and you can understand why. This is a very scary moment in this game. Showtime is obliterating his tank count. The Banshee comes back. It's deep in the red. This Banshee is fighting. The Banshees are one of the highest damage units in the game, and he does defend, but unfortunately, no counterattack with the Banshees, which means 3 mineral lines, cannons up, Colossus charge on the way. Meanwhile, Terran has lost 5 SCVs, lost a lot of mining time. Yeah, 3rd command center is up, but we are desperate to recover. These command centers need to rally back to this main base now. You can see he's still rallied to his natural. The main is actually where he's undersaturated, so hopefully he fixes that soon. Double upgrades for Bio on the way, and those as well. Now, if these Banshees repair up and you go across the map, you can fly in, right? And he's making a 4th one as well. So he's going to have a 4 Banshee hit squad. The whole goal here is if Showtime doesn't build a Stargate, he's going to struggle to deal with it. That being said, batteries and cannons in each base. 4th Nexus on the way. Showtime's so far ahead, I don't know if it matters. I feel like in a more even game, this is such a cool move. But in this game, even without the Stargate, I think it's easy for Showtime. In a more even game, if you guys see Banshee speed, always build a Stargate. There is no reason not to build a Stargate. Get a Phoenix as quickly as possible. Okay, Banshee's going to come in from this side. He's going to scan. Oh, flies into the 3rd. That's actually the base of the cannon right in the middle. It's probably the worst target, unfortunately for him. Let's get rid of 4 units, but uh-oh. Oh, run, run, run. You can outrun observers really easily. That's the main power of this. But 1 Banshee goes down for 4 probes in a sentry. It's not a bad trade cost for cost, but GUMIHO is struggling to get out to his 3rd base. That is the big problem right now. A few more probes do go down in that 4th base. Showtime's got Templar Archives. Feedback can be really good as well, just for zapping the energy off those Banshees, as well as doing a lot of damage. Where's the armory at? No armory, which means 1-1 upgrades is going to stall out here. It's because GUMIHO just hasn't got that 3rd base mining, so he's been more occupied getting up his 4 Tech Lab barracks. Factory still building tanks, which is kind of a sign of very turtley play. Starport sitting idle at the moment as the armory does go down. Now, these turrets in the main, Showtime is very good at getting prisms in, so this is like just making sure you can't get inside that base. He's even putting 3 turrets on the left. Playing this almost like a mech player right now, right? GUMIHO's playing the let's survive style. Okay. Oh, this makes sense. I'm looking at it and thinking this seems kind of noob, but you have to put into your mind, guys, the context of what happened last time they played. Showtime destroyed GUMIHO in the mid-game battles. So GUMIHO is like, okay, I am just going to turtle, have tanks, wall-offs, sensor towers, turrets so you can't get in the base, take a slow 4, and then I am just going to like go into like range libs and late game, and I think at end game, like super late game, I think I can beat you. I think if the game's too fast-paced and there's a lot of movement, I don't have tanks anchoring my position, you can probably pick me apart. But if I just have this 1-hit squad for harassment, you know, these 4 Banshees coming on in, picks off a pylon, he can kill the Nexus. That's worth going for. The Observer will come down, but you can see, even though the Stalkers are here, the Observer's pretty far away. He could definitely commit. He's just got to make up his mind. Yeah. Gets the cancel, decloaks, runs away. So Mass Zealot Arc on Colossus. Showtime wants to go for a timing. We aren't fully walled. He needs a full wall off. There's holes here. There's a hole there. So a hole there. So there's one little hole there. If you wall that off, this is so much more solid. But the Zealots will get through. You got to be careful. I always feel like when people play tank-heavy kind of mech styles, they leave the too many openings. 3 command centers are building right now, but he's nowhere near maxed out. GUMIHO needs more army. He needs more army right now. You're going to see more units power up for him in a moment. He's starting to too. He's got to realize how scary this is. Yeah, he's pretty confident in his position. Even if the Colossus stay there, the Banshees could come shoot them, or he could just inch a tank forward would do it. Ghost building, 3 more command centers. Showtime has shown that he stalls out in early late game. He gets Mass Gateway, and he doesn't really add Psystorm or go Sky Toss. I finished my sentence. You guys have to give me props as a caster. I was going to say it, and as I said it, these things popped up in the production tab, and I kept saying it anyway. I am an honest caster, okay? I will own my misanalyses. People like Pigs always lying about the game. He's always wrong. I finished my sentence. Yes, he is going Storm and Sky Toss. And he absolutely should. I mean, GUMIHO is clearly playing Mega Turtle endgame. GUMIHO is going to try and go Mass Battlecruiser probably in the late game. But, yeah. He's making the adaptation. He's like, look, if you're not playing a fast fourth, if you're not playing proper normal bioplay, I will just mass up Storm, Triple Forge, Triple Stargate, Fleet Beacon. He's going to go Tempest Storm. And that's such a good way to play. If he can just get out like 5 to 6 Tempests, enough to start one-shotting Vikings, Medivacs, tanks, and then you just spread out High Templar and Ground Army, you can start to restrict GUMIHO. And he's already got cannons, he's got Stalkers there. I mean, get a Phoenix or something to kill these guys for sure. But also, you can start building... I think you should do the Harstem. Harstem in this game would probably start building Cannon Battery on this ledge, and maybe down here as well, just to kind of give you these kind of fallback points. And then you just create these like layers of like Storm, Cannon, Battery, maybe a few Disruptors mixed in. And you basically pick away at the very immobile Siege Tank style with Tempests. And if they run forward to attack your Tempests, you hit them with splash damage. Showtime's one of the OG masters of this style. Full Prism, even with speed, runs the gauntlet. I can't believe it even got past. He got past those 2 turrets. I guess because the high sec drive has not been upgraded yet. 2-2 is about to finish here. 8 barracks, Bio Ghost coming in. The Viking count's pretty low so far. It's the tanks that are really keeping GUMIHO safe. +3 attack, +1 ground armor, +1 air weapons there as well. 2 more carriers are building. I like that I pretend saying that was an accident. I'm like, oh, whoops, it was a slip of the tongue. I'm such an idiot. I'm objectively, you guys can call me an idiot. I'm okay with it. It's fine. It's so funny. I'm going to have forgot I said that in this cast. I'm going to open my YouTube comments one morning, and there's going to be 50 comments of people going, "You're an idiot, Pig." And I'm like, geez, why is everyone so mean today? A few Zealots, pretty expendable units. These guys poking on the right side. Units lost are pretty damn good for GUMIHO. 2,200 resources more efficient here. Fusion Core is on the way. 3-3 ground upgrades. Carriers are coming. No second armory yet. GUMIHO kind of needs to establish a 5th base, but I think he's being so transparent with the style he's playing. It does feel like Showtime is getting to the end game earlier than him. I'd like to see GUMIHO throw these Reapers away. I think it's a waste of supply right now. How many orbitals does he have, guys? 6. Oh, and he's floating command centers forward just to create like a wall off to help protect his base setup a little bit. Cool. Terran has the better endgame than Protoss if you get there, but you need like at least 5, probably 6 bases to support it, and this 6th base, which is getting pylon blocked right now, is quite exposed. Reapers catch that probe before it can build the pylon. Mama is building right now, guys. We've got +1 shields, +2 air weapons on the way. Wouldn't mind +2 ground armor coming in as well. 5 more gateways building, so still building 17 gateways. Showtime wants that flexibility on the ground. Caduceus Reactor and Lib-Range queued up. Second armory coming. I love that there's a second armory. I always feel like getting 3-3 super crucial. Technically, you can beat battle cruisers, but you need to have more bases, Tempests in high numbers, and you need to cover the map in cannon battery so that you can always kind of fall back with your Tempests behind the cannons and batteries. And anytime you get teleported on by the battle cruisers, you need to recall the Tempest. But that's still minutes away. Like, you're not going to see that transition for a while. We could see carriers, Ravens, because Interference Matrix can lock down carriers and Tempests alike. Should Showtime start stealing the forward base resources? 100%. 100% he should start. Harston would have started doing that. Harston's actually an expert in these scenarios, in my opinion. He played a lot of this in like late Heart of the Swarm, early Legacy of the Void, where he would just build cannon battery and start mining out these middle bases. I think that's a very important move. Really good call from Zyad. Realizing, hey, that Zerg strat that Cyril keeps doing against Turtle Terrans, you should do it here as well. Oh, good command center snipe. If you can get another one, that'll be big. Oh, he's a little exposed, but another command center goes down. Oh, that's huge. These are great trades for Showtime. Showtime's actually ahead in the trading. Wait, is there no anti-air? There's only 7 Vikings. The Storm on the Marauders. Oh, man. That Storm, those Marauders just standing there going, oh, we can't shoot up. Banshee's coming and start killing the High Templar, though. That's bloody adorable. Feedback did land on one of the ghosts, revealing it. Observers do arrive at the front. 10 more Stalkers. What? Oh, he's going to do a mass Stalker push. Okay. All right, buddy. There are still 8 siege tanks. GUMIHO needs to move more of them over here. The turrets are getting taken out. Nice pickoffs here for Showtime. Showtime's going to cloak again. Scans do come down. Oh my god, the time warp is actually huge. 50% attack speed reduction for your opponents within that bubble, remember. The Vikings starting to clear the carriers, though. The tanks and the Marauders doing okay on the ground. A lot of workers going down. Showtime's making Zealots, though. His carriers may be falling, but he's got Zealot Stalker warping in. He's going to try and break this position. Is this a silly move? Ooh, it may have been a bit too much special sauce there. Felt like Showtime tried to spread that Szechuan sauce on this one. Didn't realize it was actually just an expired pack of sweet and sour that had changed its flavor and its color over the 15 years since its initial release. Carriers do get sniped. Good catch for GUMIHO. He needed that snipe. He's down to 44 workers. He's also, man, he lost 2 orbitals. He's only on 4 orbitals. I was going to say, if he holds down the SCV key, instantly lands a new base there, maybe he can get back in it. But like now, he's so far behind in workers. Now, to be fair, Showtime's only on 75. Ooh, I don't know, man. Today has been a day of confusing analogies. It's all right, guys. If you don't understand it, that's basically the unofficial sanity check for my viewers. Like, I think sometimes people don't get references and they feel like they're dumb or they're missing something obvious or they're leaving something out. I think my longtime viewers will know if you miss an analogy and it doesn't quite add up for me, it usually means that you're basically your perception of reality is more in tune than mine, essentially. Like it's a test for like, you know, you probably don't have psychosis. Can't guarantee it, but pretty high chance. Uh-oh, Command Center's in the open, man. He's on Mass Viking. He's worried about the carriers. It's a swap to full ground. He's on 13 Vikings, and he's like, oh, damn, you're just playing ground. You're not rebuilding the carriers? There's 1 carrier. Oh, this is really clever play by Showtime. And I mean, you're still going to make air upgrades. You're making servos, so you could try to land your Vikings. GUMIHO's the one guy who, in this scenario, starts making transformation servos so his Vikings can land and lift faster. He's like, yeah, man, I got to dodge disruptor shots. Storm drop! Sorry, guys, I missed that. Storm drop just came in and got 12 workers on this base. Beautiful in and out maneuver for Showtime. Let's take some big tank shots. Got to be careful. Those are only +1 vehicle weapon siege tanks, though. 75 damage a shot, I believe. Luckily, 30 landed Vikings will beat infinite Stalkers on the ground. Yeah, as long as there's no Zealots in front, Vikings actually do beat Stalkers head-to-head. That bonus 8 damage to mechanical makes them kind of crazy. Oh, Command Center. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. That Command Center goes down. Dude, this is worth losing 8 Stalkers to kill another Command Center, but nah, he's not going to get it. Disruptor shots go out, guys. They land on nothing. The Tempest start. Ooh, the Tempest swap's finally here. Yeah, I like the High Templar, guys, but notice he's peppered them out. So he's got 2 there, 1 there, 1 there. So he's got 3 in the north and then 2 on the left. I'd like to see 1 more High Templar on this ridgeline. Somewhere just hanging out. You want to have these High Templar scattered around the map because when they come from a flank, come from a surprising angle, that's when they're most effective. Showtime doing a bit of silly bananas here. He still hasn't started mining the forward bases, which is fair enough. There we go. Yeah, now he's like, I'm running out of minerals on my side. I better start getting these. Because GUMIHO's whole plan has clearly been to slowly turtle this one out. It's been his plan for a long time. Marauder Ghost doing what they can. Stalker Disruptor hanging out. Disruptor shot goes out. 2 more Tempest building. So it's going to go up to 4 Tempests. That Ghost comes forward. Ow! What? That guy just got shot into the stratosphere. Oh my gosh. The disruptor shot always has like one of the biggest catapult effect on any of the physics ragdolls. But you combine that with the underwater mechanic of this map where corpses go up, and that just resulted in the funniest ghost death animation I've seen in a while. It was amazing. Oh, Marauder over here starts getting some hits on the cannon. Wow. 26 Stalkers is not a great endgame army. 3/3 upgrades are on the way. If GUMIHO had money, he'd be thinking about battle cruisers right now, but he does not have money. He's got to just play lib range. He's got lib range and 3/3 on the way. I think just make libs. I think if you just make libs, you beat this army. Tempests are a problem though. Ooh, disruptors. Watch out for the balls. Oh, the ghost does just get decapitated by that disruptor shot. Oh, hold on. Oh my god, I looked away because what kind of psycho would run forward there? That was a 7-kill disruptor shot. Sorry, guys. My bad on the observing there. I was like, what is this unit? The Zealot was like killing a turret or a depot or something. Yeah, good shot, good shot. Showtime is ahead, 5,000 resources and the unit's lost. He's moving forward from this high ground. It's so weird seeing a Terran just play this Omega Turtle style. Usually this is a good map for it, but Protoss has a lot of maneuverability. And things like Stalkers and stuff, pretty nice. Picks up a bunch of those buildings, pulls back for now. A storm on those Vikings would be deadly. So many Vikings. 16. Nice. Feedback on the Ghost. Disruptors still thrown out. These buildings create a choke point here and here. So if the units get stuck in the middle, you can throw Disruptors into the choke point and the units might walk into it if GUMIHO's not quick. +2 plasma shields, or +3, sorry, is about to finish. Another disruptor shot gets a Marauder for a Stalker. Showtime transferring to the front. He's Harsteming it, guys. He's building the cannon battery. Ooh, sniper on the High Templar. Ghost does get taken out. Oh, crazy dive, crazy dive. Where are the High Templar, guys? They're all down here. They're all down here. This is why you want to keep those High Templar scattered around the map. Dude, massive oversight, letting GUMIHO push him like this. He's going to counterattack, but he doesn't have any units. It's like a handful of Stalkers and Zealots. Where is Showtime's supply? It's in flying units that ain't doing nothing right now, guys. Where are they? I don't even know. They're up here. Okay, this is weird. Losing probes is good, but you don't want to lose infrastructure. Showtime would love to lose probes because GUMIHO's economy is tiny. He's got a 50 supply army advantage. Dude, GUMIHO's on the production. Oh my god, he's up 50 army supply. Showtime's floating 7k, 4k, and he's not going to have a way to spend it. Base trade is so good for GUMIHO. Oh my gosh, look at this. Bunkers with repair are actually winning the base trade potentially because there's just so few units here. Oh no! Okay, this is a trap. He has 15 High Templar, 5 Disruptors, 1 Carrier, 4 Temper, 72 Probes, 1 Observer, 1 Carrier. It's just, there's nothing here that fights. Showtime is like, dude, I have the biggest economy and the most upgrades in the world. Well, like, sir, yeah, you forgot to build any military. Man's up here playing a Civ game. He's got seasteads and like future digital technocracy governments and stuff. Doesn't have a single, he's got 1 warrior defending his entire Civ. This is an awkward spot, man. If he loses all of his production, I don't know how he rebuilds. This is a really big problem. There's cannon battery up here, but he's going to lose this base as well. Still a 40 supply army advantage. More gateways are trying to build. He should have built a High Templar Archives. Guys, he should have built the Templar Archives somewhere else. That's the most important thing in my opinion. Being able to rebuild like High Templar, as long as you have the Templar Archives, but now he's lost his Twilight. He can't really rebuild any of these structures. Dark Shrine's going to fall. Templar Archive's going to fall. Stargate's going to fall. Probes are dying up here. He's still got 58 probes. He's got a lot of economy. I mean, Showtime has so much money. He can rebuild his tech tree from scratch. GUMIHO needs to keep winning the game with this army, right? This is already the miraculous start of a comeback, but GUMIHO needs to actually now use that army to win the game. And that's easier said than done. There's only 4 medevacs. He can't afford to heal up 29 Marauders and 20 Marines each time they stem. That was a really bad stem. And you can see the Vikings are coming forward. Showtime's like, I have to buy time. Showtime's like, I need to rebuild 47 pylons, gateways, and tech structures. His Templar Archives survived. It never got killed. Templar Archives never got killed. He can keep making High Templar, but he needs pylons. He's going to start making pylons in the top right. Oh, Storm. The flanking storms! I told you guys, flanking storms. Oh, he's got another one coming from that bottom left as well. There's another one coming in from that bottom left. Another one coming in from that bottom left. Oh my god, it's bath time. Oh, GUMIHO is like a mangy dog that's been out there in the wild. It's so dirty, but even though it needs a clean, it doesn't know it needs a clean. It thinks the bath is evil. Showtime is a kind, dog shelter owner trying to give this good boy, this poor boy, a wash. And this boy does not want to have the wash. He's already gone, what the hell is that? Like, it's nice warm bath, nice warm water. Here's some soapy water. Come on, doggy. GUMIHO is just like growling at him. His teeth are bared. Showtime is like, come on. Oh my gosh. Oh, another one. Oh my lord. Oh, ow. Oh, EMP's all over the High Templar. Oh, there goes the storm that was keeping him at bay. This section of the infrastructure is going to go down. Vikings land. Bath time for what? The dog bites the hand of the Showtime. Showtime's going to get in there and break the production of him, though. And Showtime's still got production and pylons rebuilding in the top right. He's still got an army up here. Showtime definitely, he's whittled down the army supply to be very similar between the players. And also, there's no buildings floating yet. I guess there's one command center hiding in the corner. He's going to try and hide the other buildings to get those out here to at least potentially force like a draw or something. We'll see what goes on, though, as this base falls. Showtime, he builds a pylon. Mate, you need to build 14 of those. Just build 14 pylons, and then you're on supply block. Still with 12k resources in the bank. Maybe Pig was getting a bit hyped up for no reason, but it looked like Showtime had this game in the bag, and GUMIHO has at least made it stressful for him, right? He's made Showtime go, oh, crap. I didn't expect this to happen, you know? Showtime never should have let him onto his production in the first place. Chat saying, bath time for what? yeah, it's like turned down for what? Bath time for what? Absolutely. You guys can do the edit of that GUMIHO's army getting stormed, but with that music over the top, and you can, I don't know, use AI or whatever to change the audio on it. Someone with talent can do that. Oh, even more bath time. Showtime. Got the Disruptors, the High Templar, the big old spready. He's also got 4 Tempests, remember, so he can chip at this from afar. But he doesn't have an Oracle, unfortunately. If he had an Oracle, you could use that to get vision. He's making a whole pack of Zealots right now. His army supply is now up 20. He's killing these last buildings with a few Zealots he left behind. Base on the right side's going down. Showtime's still on 31 probes. That means he's got a massive amount of army free. The Observer does give him vision right now. I'm surprised his Tempest isn't picking off these units, to be fair. Battery's hanging on for an awfully long time there. That Ghost almost goes down. I feel like Showtime may have even targeted that cannon on that Ghost, which is kind of cute. He's going to come around the south side and clean it up from one side. Broadside this army. I guess not really broadside. It's yeah, well, it is. I mean, it's basically hitting it and taking him in the rear. Taking him in the rear. In the rear with the gear. Tempest shooting at barracks because they're morons. Zealots charging forward, but he doesn't want to just go for broke. He wants to take his time, let the Tempest do their work. High Templar with the feedback. Ooh, doesn't have a storm up front. Viking does get picked off, though. Looks like Showtime doesn't care too much about losing this base. Just wants to make sure he's not taking any chances because he's still got another base. He's going to lose all these probes. It's not cheap. GUMIHO, he knows, doesn't have a follow-up. Storms could be really big. He doesn't want to storm his own Observer, though. Ooh, the back and forth and tank fire is starting to hurt him. That is a good 3 tanks putting out a lot of hurt, man. A lot of hurt. 4 tanks. There's 3 more tanks up top that weren't really firing. Tempest starting to pick off these buildings. There is one more command center on the left side of the map that's floating back in right now. GUMIHO wants to use it to scan. He's trying to land the command center so he can scan where this army is, but GUMIHO, yeah, he's definitely huffing copium right now, guys. Some people, glue is their choice of you know, drug for GUMIHO right now. He's huffing the copium for show. He's down 40 army supply. Showtime is playing incredibly careful. Some would say too careful, but watch for the storms. Bath time, boy! Bath time! Showtime's had his hand bit too many times, and he is going to force GUMIHO to get into the bath. The storms, the Archons all over it. GUMIHO there with an Omega Turtle style after a slow start. But Showtime, the moment he realized GUMIHO was just sitting in his corner of the map playing super slow tank turtle, immediately went Storm and for the Stargate transition. Really smart response from Showtime. All right, guys. GUMIHO in the top left side of the map is going to be going Reactor first. Oh me, oh my. I like Reactor first. Old school, baby. What's the bet? He goes for a Marine Hellion poke. Showtime in the bottom right side. I don't know why, but I feel like I've seen on this map a fair bit recently the old TY build. where basically you build 4 to 6 Marines out of the barracks, immediately swap the factory over, and then you rally 2 Hellions in, and as the 6 Marines arrive at their base at about 345, 350, the 2 Hellions drive in as well. Pretty good build order. Doesn't always do massive damage or anything. It should time out pretty well, but nah, he's not going to do it. The factory's building over here, so that's fine. That's an old school. I remember the first time TY did that, and just no one knew that off like a normal expand looking build with a reactor first, you could just walk across the map with Marines, especially on like, I think it was like Cyber Forest, 2018 sort of times. Very good build. I killed a lot of Protoss with 6 Marines and 2 Hellions, man. It was wild. Build Marines out of the Marines? Yeah, the Marines house. For short, Marines. So you build the Marines out of the Marines. What, you guys don't speak English? Oh, I'm sorry. What do you guys need to speak Spanish and English at the same time? ¿Por qué no los dos? It's fine. Easy. It's the Marines house. Yeah, the Parting School of Casting, right? Parting calls all the buildings just the unit's name plus the house, right? He's like, yeah, this is the Oracle house, Stalker house, you know? The Dark Templar house, yep. Casa de Marino. La Casa de los Marinos. Somebody who's been to Spain many times, I really should speak better Spanish. I really should. I'm such a bad traveler. To be fair, I think Spain... I've only been to Mexico. I've been to Mexico once as well. But Spain, Poland, probably places I've been to the most, whilst picking up like a total of 3 words. It's actually embarrassing. It's I'm like, damn, really enjoying that privilege of everyone in the world speaking really good English, you know? Plus, I'm pretty good at playing charades. I think my favorite ones are in China. People don't speak great English in China. And it's fun when you're looking for like a bathroom. I think my favorite interaction was one of my first times in China, and I was trying to find a toilet. And I'm just there going up to this woman in this shop, and I'm like, I'm miming taking a poo in front of her, and she's like, I know, you speak my language. I understand this one. And I was like, yep. Pretty good at acting out doing a poo, what can I say? She pointed me to the bathroom. It was a good time. Managed to relieve myself, no problems. Great Phoenix interception here to slow this down. Showtime's had a really good start. It feels like this pressure's kind of half stopped before it even got going. Oh my gosh. Oh, the medevac almost goes down. Oh, okay. Marine's coming forward. Stalker's trying to pull back. Battery's not ready, but I think as long as you keep the Widow Mines away... Oh, Burrow's just in time, which is why they didn't take damage. Showtime, careful, bro. Medevac falls, but that is a lot of Marines. And the Widow Mines are going to burrow there, and he's going to go try and take out the third, because he's forced the recall on that side. I think he pulled 3 probes. Pull 3 probes. Come on, Showtime. Max Bax would pull 3 probes. Yes, he's going to do the 3 probe pull. He's going to do the 3 probe pull. GUMIHO has to try and unburrow them or something like that. Oh, okay. Good micro by GUMIHO. Oh, he does let that one fire, though. Second one is going to fire. And now it's just 1 left. He could probably just take that one on the chin if he wants. Phoenix will take it. Don't lose the Nexus, though. Oh, he came in too early, so GUMIHO changed targets. Dude, if he loses the Nexus... No, Showtime! Oh my god. All because he just didn't want to lose a single Stalker. And then he loses Stalkers to the Marines anyway. Oh, Showtime. Oh, he really should have kept that Nexus alive, guys. That was really sloppy. He really should have kept that alive. All right, guys. So he's got to go do some damage with the Stalker pressure. He's got a Phoenix, so he can spot the high ground, blink in. But that tank's pretty well positioned. I think the Natural's actually the more vulnerable base, funnily enough. SCV sees him coming. Phoenix. Oh, he could just pick up the tank. He could just pick up the tank. Oh, tank gets a kill with the first shot. And third base is being rebuilt. Oh, he's doing the Estrella. It's the Estrella comeback move, guys. When Estrella takes big damage, he's one of the few Protoss players who will just instantly double expand. Showtime realizing, you know what? I've got good map control now. I don't want to overcommit to the aggression. He's going to go for the double expand. I love it. All right, we got 6 gates. Charge +1's on the way. A few more gateways coming in. 4th Nexus on the right side. It's going to be a 5 barracks transition for GUMIHO as his third command center finishes. Is GUMIHO even ahead after this? I would say he's only ahead if he hits a good timing. I don't know if a good timing exists because he's only on 2 barracks, right? This third barracks is still building its tech lab. So Shields is really far behind. I think if he pushes out with these 2 medevacs, starts Shields now, starts concussive, I think he can actually make it really hard for Showtime to probe up his 4th. But because Showtime just doesn't have that much going for him. I mean, he's got charge. He's going to have 8 gateways, actually. I think Showtime's fine. Showtime's up about 10 workers, and more importantly, the income. With this 3rd mineral line mining, and now a 4th one. All on 3 gas. Oh, yeah. And he's got a Phoenix there. He's got a Stalker here, so drops can't sneak out. Stalkers can pick off a few Marines here. Okay, a couple Marine snipes, not bad. Was that a couple or just one? I think it was just one, actually. The command center floats down for GUMIHO. +2 attack starts. That's the one thing I'm kind of like a bit iffy on, is only having 1 forge for Showtime. But I think if you've got a 4th base... Yeah, these will be the last 4 probes he builds. So he's going to go up to 73 probes, 4 base production of Mass Stalker Zealot, and oh, he's building gateways on the front. That's huge. Can you even defend this base? Because you're on Mass Siege Tank. What you really need is Marine Marauder count. Tank count is not as important as Marine Marauder count. You need a lot of Marauders, and most of importantly, Marines. Oh no! He sees it! Run! Combat Shields isn't here! Oh no! The tanks are on siege. He saves a tank. Saves 1 tank. SCV is a big boy. He's going to save 2 tanks. Oh my gosh, so many going down. He blinks forward and snipes the medevac as well. Dude, what an obliteration. Oh, I mean, okay. So as much as Showtime losing the 3rd wasn't great, we have to give props. I know I was talking about some silly stories that game, but it's all about the interception on the medevac. Because this slowed the push down to begin with, and it really severely weakened his push. Oh, it was like 5 minutes, sorry. So it was the Phoenix intercepting that Widow Mine push about 4 minutes, 3:30. Because, yeah, look at this. Look how fast. He would have been hitting the base at, like, such an early timing. He would have been there at, like, 4:30. Maybe earlier than 4:30 even. But this single Phoenix finding the medevac actually is game-changing. You might think, oh, it didn't delay it that long. Trust me, even 10, 15 seconds is massive. And then the medevac basically just isn't really a part of the battle. It does, like, a little bit of healing. Runs up here, immediately gets shot down. So, yeah. And it's not really until 5 minutes he's doing damage. This gives you time for Blink to start coming in. I like the cancel on the battery. That was a good move. I would have just sent all 3 probes down at once. I think Showtime sending them one at a time was like a little unnecessary. That was beautiful. That retarget for GUMIHO was beautiful though. Showtime gets the win. 2-1 for Showtime. Really nice. All right. GUMIHO now has to win 2 in a row to win this series, and it's all going to start on Ghost River, a map which admittedly... It can feel like the Terran army leaves this ramp and then it's like at your base, you know? Because your 3rd's right there and they can get that siege up position here. So I wouldn't be surprised if GUMIHO goes for a crisp, fast push to try and take advantage of this map. Showtime's going to scout this time. He's like, I've used up my no scouting card. I am not going to risk it on this map. We're having a discussion about fairy bread and different child's candy. People are saying salted licorice goes hard. I really still need to try a jungle vrouw, the salted licorice stuff. Like the Dutch people like it. I know the Swedish and stuff friggin' go crazy for it. Went to Sweden last year and forgot to try it. Was devastated. Apparently salted licorice is really good. Sounds very alien to me. I'm like, salted licorice? What? I do like licorice, so I think I'd like it. Second pylon on the natural, second gas in the main. We've already got Adepts getting chronoed. Warp gate is on the way. Showtime opening up very standard. Now the command center on the high ground, this allows you to go Marine first. And he's actually going Marine Reactor. Normally when I see command center on the high ground as Protoss, I'm expecting it to be a very quick factory. And potentially swapping on the reactor. But this is just going to be early Marine production. Interesting. Similar to the last game in that there'll be lots of Marines. Last game was reactor first. This time it's Marine into reactor. Still very early Marines, essentially. Twilight Council coming in. There's another TSL in Utrecht. You can get all the licorice you want. I think Team Liquid don't like me, man. They never hired me for those events. No, just kidding. Ooh. Dept does get out of there. Nicely done. I would love a chance to come back to the Netherlands. Haven't been there in a long, long time. Okay, second gate's on the way. Twilight Council as well. Blink coming up. Lots of probes being built. Stalkers coming out. Overall, this feels... Oh, tank production. Okay, already building tank. That's a very early tank. So you guys got to... If someone starts putting tanks from 4 minutes only, it could just be to defend Blink, because Blink normally kicks in and gets aggressive about 5 minutes. But if you're building a tank just past 3 minutes, guys, that is a sign of aggression. You're building a medevac with it, that is a super big sign of aggression. GUMIHO is going to shove Showtime with Marine Tank Medevac, possibly a bunch of SCVs on repair as well. Do you guys think we're going to get bath time this game? Outlook is bleak. I don't think so, guys. I don't think we're going to see Storm from Showtime this game. He's going 3-gate Blink Robo, which is a very safe build. Very good that he's doing that, because this is a map where people love these fast tank pushes. So he's somewhat preparing for it. He's still using Stalkers. Remember, Stalkers are a very fragile unit. If you blind go early charge and a ton of Zealots, that's going to shut down a build like this. Stalkers is still going to be super micro-oriented, and it's going to come down to how the fighting happens. GUMIHO goes out with an empty medevac as a bit of a scout there. I think he was just trying to give off the impression that he was doing something aggressive. And now he's going to move out with his Marines. Do we bring SCVs as well? He's going to put 2 tanks in the medevac, guys. It's go time. No SCVs. All right, so we've got 12 Marines, 2 siege tanks, and a medevac. There we go. SCVs to repair, potentially to build bunkers as well. Adepts are coming forward. Showtime. Do we cancel them? We let them finish. Careful, mate. Oh, he cancels them. GUMIHO hit it, though. I don't think Showtime got vision. Showtime moving out with an observer, but not on the direct path between the bases. He's about to build a 3rd Nexus in front of an army. Oh gosh, Showtime has no idea. He starts a 3rd Nexus in front of an army. Not a great setup for him. He's on 3 gateways. He starts whooping in Stalkers reactively. Battery overcharge comes in. Stalker takes a big hit to the face. It will go down, as will the Adepts. He's going to blink forward and go for the tanks. Big tank snipe. If he can get the second one and get some Stalkers out, that could be big, but he disengages. No, he disengages. No, Showtime with the miss micro. I was about to say that's actually the clutch beginnings of an awesome hold, because once the tanks are gone, those 3 Stalkers pull south. They don't all die because the tank isn't still shooting them. New Stalkers warp in the natural. You get an Immortal out. You can hold. Great, great push for GUMIHO. Brutal win. Wise words from Twitch chat. I'm not good at StarCraft, but I'm pretty sure I've never blinked past Marines to kill a tank and not paid a horrible price. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it's justified and that horrible price is worth it. Hold on, though. We've got to talk about this game 5. GUMIHO in the top right side. Barracks is going to get proxied really deep. Showtime never checks for the proxy. Even if he gate scouts, which I think he will because it's game 5. He's not gate scouting. I was going to say, even if he gate scouts, he usually doesn't check for proxies. He just goes straight across the map. But it looks like he's going to play this completely blind. Now, Max often does this, where he's like, oh, yeah, I scouted late. I don't have any way to respond. And he'll just micro his probes without even building a Zealot and defend just fine. But if we don't have any scouting, like he's checking for engineering bay block. He's like, yeah, if an SCV is coming in now. So this timing, he's going to eventually scout, but it's going to be pretty late by the time he sees what's going on. Nonetheless, 16 probes on minerals. The gas does start mining as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm exactly the same, though. If I blink on a tank, it's almost always game over already at that point, right? There are times where it is the right call. I've seen people make it worth it. For me, I don't think it's ever worked out as well. Seems like a thing Parting and Hero would make work sometimes, right? You'd be one of those clutch boys, you know? Alright, he knows he's being proxied. Orbital double gas. Reaper's going to be popping out real close. Now, are we going to build a Zealot is the question. Second pylon first, always. But he may be able to, he might want to squeeze a Zealot out now. Looks like he's not going to bother. He's just going to keep probing, take a second gas. And now it's all about how good is Showtime's probe micro. Max I've seen lose no probes to this in this exact same scenario. Thing is, this Reaper has a 15 to 20 second window inside this base. So even with the chrono, Stalker's going to be out in about 15 seconds from now. Reaper's in the base. Probes pulling back. Nice pullbacks. You got to fight, though, with some probes as well. And he's going to have to now pull the weak probes away from that Reaper. Oh, Reaper's doing a good job. Great focus fire for GUMIHO. He already gets 2. Almost gets surrounded, though. Stalker's going to kill him. He's trapped. Goes too deep there. Can he get one more? No. 2 probes. 2 probes is acceptable for both sides. It's not crazy damage. Oh, Showtime panicking. Showtime panicking. He's rallied to the gas right now. Showtime hasn't realized he's rallied to the gas. Now he fixes it. Okay, he does fix the mistake. Second Reaper comes in. Reaper pulls out. Cyclone's building on the other side. Command Center is delayed. Remember, killing a couple of probes, it's good. It's not bad by any means, but you lose the Reaper. Second Reaper ain't finding nothing. This is not crazy damage. This is absolutely acceptable losses for Showtime. Builds an Adept. He has a Twilight Council on the way. His main base, he does not have the third worker on that southern gas. We do need to see him fix that. Otherwise, yeah, it's going to hurt him a little. But look at that. He replaces this probe. And he should be changing the rally point back to the natural, which he now does. Beautiful play. I think one of his other probes was idling as well. I think he'd misclicked it right next to the minerals. All right. Barracks is floating home. Starport's on the way. Cyclone is going to be joining up with that Reaper. Battery is building. It's not ready just yet. So just keep the Stalker on the high ground and you should be okay against this. He might be able to run and kill a probe or two, but he shouldn't be able to get too much more than that. I say that. I'm like, famous last words, bro. The Cyclone just kills the Stalker and wins the game. I mean, you can fight with the probes potentially. Stalker's being a little bit pedantic though. One probe in and out. Good play there. GUMIHO doesn't take the risk of staying any longer as he goes second and third. Barracks, Medevac, and Widowmine are on the way as well. No second gate started just yet. Showtime's definitely reeling from that early damage. There we go. I was going to say, how is his minerals so low? But he'd already queued up the second gate. Adds the third gateway now. So the money was just in the queue. Double Widowmine drop does come forward. Cyclone Reaper is there. Tank is building. Reactor on the barracks. The reactor's always so slow when you open proxy barracks. That's the main thing is, normally at this period, you're pumping out lots of Marines. When you open up with a proxy barracks, it's just very late. Now we're going double reactor. Guys, he's going 2 reactors, 1 tech lab. This is a classic GUMIHO setup. Looks like he's probably going to use that. He could swap it around, but he might go double Marine production. There's only 2 Stalkers, 1 Sentry, and 1 Adept. Widowmine drop. It's going to drop some boys. And we're going to leave a few pros behind. Showtime's been kind of stacking them a little bit. Oh, nice micro on that Widowmine. Can't be leaving 2 units in range, bro. You're coming to the main base as well. And leaving these stacked a little bit. Oh, the retarget from GUMIHO. Very annoying. Gets maximum mining time and disruption. And the medevac gets out. I think that's worth it for GUMIHO. Absolutely. Widowmine finally goes down in the natural. So 2 Widowmines for 2 probes and a bunch of mining time, bunch of disruption. Very good. You've also kept him off the third base this whole time. He's now going to go for a sneaky Cyclone drop. GUMIHO getting tricky here as he flies past one of the strangest areas of any map. What is this thing? And what is that? Little volcano there. A little fiery volcano. Did they use the Ravager graphic for that? Is it just me or is that the Ravager graphic? You know the Ravager has a little fire on its back? I think that might be the Ravager graphic. Anyways, we've got Marines and tanks building. Single medevac, double reactor. He's doing the double reactor build, guys. It's a mass Marine tank. So notice, only 1 tech lab, which means no Marauders. This is full firepower. This is a classic GUMIHO build. It doesn't always play like an all-in, but because he has no add-on on the starport, this is an all-in. He's going to have to wait for combat shields all off the 1 tech lab, and he's going to have an insane number of units. He's already got 3 tanks. He's going to build a 4th tank, a lot more Marines, and it is going to be a brutal push. It's all about firepower. So the problem against this is like Zealots are normally really good against this army. The Marines will kill them so fast, the Zealots don't get to do much. 5 more gateways are coming in as well. We've got a 3rd base there as well. You don't want to probe too hard in this game. We see a pretty big Marine tank army coming. 1 observer goes down. This observer sees this push, and he's very aware of what's happening in Showtime. But Cyclone drop in the main. It's a Cyclone and the Reaper just being a nuisance on the front. Only 1 medevac, but we'll see how it goes. Here we go. Zealots coming forward. Immortal Sentries and Stalkers all hanging out as best they can. The medevac is there. Marine tank coming forwards right now. Ooh-wee. Okay. He doesn't want to fight until Shields is done. GUMIHO's happy to chill out. It's all about the positioning. Don't get force fielded. Don't get force fielded. Uh-oh. Ooh, he goes in, he goes out. Here we go. We've got Marine Cyclones dropping up there as well right now. And we are going to be seeing exactly how we go. Marine tank gathering on the front side. 30 Marines there. Combat shields. +1 armors on the way as well. Immortals are gathering at the front. The Marine tank here. It's a very scary position. This is super duper powerful right now. The Zealots get on top. Front tank disappears instantly. The second tank will go down as well. The Immortal getting good shots. Great focus fire from the siege tanks. The siege tanks focus the Immortal down. The Marines are there. This Immortal, it's going to go down as well. That last tank at the back is still up. We need to get rid of it. The non-combat shield Marines, even though they're not very tanky. Oh, he does go a bit far forward. Even though they're not very tanky, they actually do great damage. And this tank position is really annoying. Now, he could try to drop Marines across the left, but I think he needs to guard the tanks. Oh, that's a crazy move. Yeah, that's a crazy move. Oh no, he doesn't have enough Marines to guard the tanks. The Stalker Zealot should get rid of the tanks now. As long as you focus those tanks down with the Stalkers, you can now pull back, blink away, blink away, blink away. Oh, he's losing a lot of Stalkers. He does lose a lot of Stalkers. The Marines are going down. There's no upgrades for Protoss. +1 armor and combat shields are about to kick in. Third command center is building behind it. The raw amount of firepower out of these Marines is actually massive, and you can see it scaling really well. This is where if you have a Colossus, you know, GUMIHO loses all ability to push you, right? But we don't have Colossus tech. In fact, Templar Archives is on the way. Showtime's going to try and transition here as much as he can. 4th and 5th barracks coming down. We've got 3 barracks, 1 factory, 1 starport. Hanging out as awesomely as we can. And here we go. It's going to be moving into the middle of the map. It is my my nephew's 6th birthday party today, guys. And my brother, his dad, is just calling me repeatedly. I may have to pause this cast to answer that phone call. Hold on a second. Double drop comes in, gets a pylon, gets in, gets out. It's an exciting game 5. I don't want to stop. All right, there totally was not an intermission there for me to take a phone call, and I definitely don't need to go pick up ingredients for the cocktail bar that is Cantina themed because it's a Star Wars birthday party for my nephew's party. Apparently, we're getting drunk at my nephew's six-year-old birthday party. This sounds awesome. I'm very excited to finish my live stream today. Anyways, we've got 3 bases up. Showtime's down in supply. If he can get to Storm, though, 1 or 2 Storms on this Marine-heavy army, and it just disappears. Oh, does GUMIHO see the High Templar? Oh, he sees the High Templar. Showtime, you've given it away. Now he's going to shove because he sees you don't have energy. Oh, actually, you do have energy on that one. He might be a little afraid of it. No, GUMIHO's just going to go for broke. He realizes right now is his window. He's got to get the damage right here, right now. The Marine tank gathering up. Here we go. Immortal's trying to pull back as well. Oh, okay. Here we go. Tank's trying to do what they can. Marine Marauder gunning things down. The battery is going to take some damage, but no, he just ignores the battery. The Zealot count can't get on top. Now you've lost your supporting unit. Storm's done. Storm's worthless at this point. The problem with this is Storm is too late. The Prism gets cleaned up in the main. 8 SCVs do go down, but you absolutely need the Zealots charging and the Storms being dropped at the same time. If you don't have the combination, Storm just is not as impactful. Stalkers do blink forward. Those supplies still pretty close. Good Storm on the Medivacs. Does damage the Medivacs. You've got to finish them off with the Stalkers, though. They're all so low. A couple of Medivacs go down. There's Libs here. Oh, get away from those Libs. Good pullback. 1 Liberator shot lands on the Zealots, but that's about it. The Prism's back here. Actually, the Prism survived. Guys, the Prism survived. He warped in Zealots, killed 8 SCVs. GUMIHO is actually not ahead in economy anymore. Dude, Showtime, holding on like a champ. His Forge has only just started +1. That's the big problem for Showtime right now. We've got double Lib Harass. They're going to come down the left side and double Siege up the 3rd and the Natural at the same time. Oh my. The crazy man. He's loading his whole army into Reddit point Medivacs. GUMIHO, you psychopath. GUMIHO is channeling his inner Beyond. He's like, people like, hey, who do you want to grow up when you want to, who do you want to be when you want to grow up, son? They're like, I want to be a fireman. I want to be a policeman. I want to drive ambulance. GUMIHO's out there like, I want to be Beyond. I want to load my whole army into Reddit point Medivacs and fly it into 2 Stalkers and lose the game. No offense to Beyond, but that's Beyond's special move. Beyond is he wins games off dangerous drops. He loses them off dangerous drops as well. GUMIHO thankfully unloaded those units. If I had to watch those Medivacs get shot down, I was going to pop an aneurysm. It's going to have some bloody blood vessels burst in my neck. You know, the vein throbbing on my forehead right now is about to explode. 3 High Templar and a Prism coming forward. Zealot, Stalker, Immortal, trying to do what they can. Widowmine, well disguised in that. Can it even fire? It doesn't even have enough vision? Oh, it does actually fire. Not bad. Gets a bit of damage there with the splashy. No EMPs to deal with this Prism. 1 or 2 good Storms could be a game winner. Showtime coming in with some big Storms. But wait, he does blow all the Storms and doesn't have any to back it up. The Immortal Archon's still pretty strong. Zealots coming in. 1 Immortal in the south does get focused down. The SCV is in hold position, blocking the positioning. The Widowmine's actually getting big, powerful shots off. Showtime might need to disengage. I think he needs to disengage. Ooh, Showtime just lost a lot of valuable units. He did kill 15 SCVs. Run. Showtime, blink away, blink away. Oh no, 2 more Stalkers. Does he not have Blink? He does. I guess it was still on cooldown. Liberator's up there being a nuisance. Showtime has 4 base, 60 probes. Showtime just needs High Templar in the Prism. And as long as they have enough energy for Storm and he shuts down this next push, he's got this game in the bag. 60 probes to 40, 4 base against 3. It's a big army advantage for GUMIHO, but GUMIHO's on a timer. Showtime just needs to stabilize his map vision, though. He doesn't know about this army, and that army could get on the base, dive it, take it out in all the probes before he's in position. Oh, Showtime did not have the map vision. And here we go. The army's coming forward, though. It doesn't go for the base. GUMIHO, he knows about that base, but he doesn't go for it. Here comes the Stalker Storm Drop. Massive engagement for GUMIHO. He's got one more Storm. He needs Zealots. He needs Zealots here. Just one round of Zealots, and I think he can clean this. But no, there's too much bio. There's too much bio. GUMIHO has 2-2. Oh, I didn't realize GUMIHO's 2-2 finished. I was like, dude, this bio is fighting better than it should be. Yeah, because he's up 3 upgrades. Each one of these in Marines and Marauders, they have a full suit of plate mail. Meanwhile, Showtime's showing up without a t-shirt. He's a t-shirtless barbarian wearing a loincloth. He may have a big stick that he can hit hard with, but he doesn't have any armor. GUMIHO's just got the better upgrades. The Widowmine retargeting, great hot pickup by Showtime to dodge it. But there's just enough units for GUMIHO. I think GUMIHO can overwhelm because now there's no new storms ready. And as the rally arrives over here, yeah, he's only on 46 workers, but I think GUMIHO is getting just enough damage to close this out, maybe. It's so close. Showtime down 15, 20 supply right now. The Widowmine's trying to burrow on top of his face. The Observer's so low. The Archon takes multiple hits to the face. If he had a battery overcharge, I might believe. But without the power of the battery overcharge, it's hard. The Prism Micro from Showtime is rather clutch. This man is playing very tight StarCraft, but GUMIHO is even more on point. He is all over it, and he's not giving you a chance. I don't care how good your micro is. He's going to evacuate 4 probes from this base. These two are like, Dad, don't leave without us. Left in the car park of soccer practice, those 2 probes go, oh, when's Dad coming back? Uh-oh. Apparently not for a long... He's like, I'll be right back, kids, as he shouts out the window as he drives off. Only enough space for 1. I'll come back for round 2. He was never going to come back for round 2. Anyways, Zealot, Archon, Prism trying to hang out. There's just too much Marine Marauder. 50 army supply advantage. No storms anymore because Showtime doesn't have a break in the momentum to get more energy on the High Templar. If he had that moment of respite, that minute to get more storms, maybe, just maybe. But GUMIHO's done really well. And I think it reminds us, Showtime maybe should have delayed some of these fights. You always want to take a decisive fight with Storm. But I think in this game, with the way his economy was ahead, maybe he should have stalled out some of those storm fights, delayed the storms, and just kind of forced GUMIHO to back off. You pull back. You go forward, you pull back. Because if he slowed down the pace, he could have made more High Templar in reserve, more storm backed up, and if he defends the 4 base, he would have been good. But GG, well played. A fantastic series. GUMIHO barely wins that 3-2.